Night Health wraps up with Barbara-Valentine, broadcaster, an Emmy Award-winning broadcaster, Telly Awards, Communicator Awards. I mean, you name it, she's won it. She has created something called the 50 Plus Report. You can visit that, by the way, at the 50plusreport.com, 50plusreport.com. And we welcome you into our studio. You've been part of our family now.
Well, I got to welcome you into the 50 Plus Report. Congratulations, Mark. You're now part of the 50 Plus Report with Late Night Health with Mark Alyn is now one of our feature segments.
Well, thank you very much. We're really excited about that. And, of course, when we start doing our production, we have a producer,
absolutely,
director, camera guy right here with Daryl.
We have the A team here.
We do indeed. We do indeed.
Could I be Mr. T, please?
Yes, absolutely.
We got to give him a lot of gold necklaces.
He just wants the gold.
Yeah, well, he deserves the gold.
He does deserve the gold. Aging in America. Are we aging better than we did 50 years ago or differently?
Well, when I tried to get out of bed this morning, my back said, I think we are, Mark. I mean, when we were in school, when we thought about somebody 50 or 60, oh my gosh, they were like, get the head tomb ready because that was old. But now 50 is like we know what we don't want, we know what we want. We've paid our dues to get there, and I think we're thriving at this age. We have more expendable money. We're the fastest growing demographic in the world. Every 7 seconds in America, someone turns 50.
Wow.
You know, the handsome Brad Pitts and the beautiful, Sandra Bullock and Robert Downey Jr. and, gosh, all of them are now 50 plus.
If I had that Iron Man suit, I could look that good, too. As we age, are we finding that as we age, our health is staying better? Do you think that we're taking better care of ourselves through supplements, through eating organic, or not?
Well, one of your previous guests today, which I found was really interesting, she was talking about so much stuff that's in our food today. Because I remember when we were growing up, I mean, we didn't eat as healthy as we are eating today. But the food was different. It wasn't so genetically grown. So I think there's pros and cons to that. I think we're going at a faster pace because everything we need now has to be faster, faster internet, faster phones, faster this, faster cars. It's like we're all going so fast that our stress level is getting and our blood pressure is going up because of it. So
absolutely.
I think we create a lot of our own problems because we're just not taking life the way we should take it. Slow it down. Turn the doggone cell phone off one night. Could you live without your cell phone for one night?
Oh, God, no. We talked about it earlier today when we were speaking at the first part of our show with Lyric, I'm sorry, Daryl, with Lyric Benson-Ferguson about, she tuned out for almost 10 years.
It's amazing. I'm like you, though. I don't think I could meditate for 20, 30 minutes without thinking about, geez, I got to call so-and-so back. And I didn't do that email last night. And forget that article I forgot to write. It's like, how do you stop the mind from working? The body's tired, but the mind won't stop.
I'm going to call her. Maybe she'll teach us. Maybe she'll be our personal guide there. I try to meditate, but then when I do, my concentration goes off of if I'm using a word, it goes off that word, and what happens is I start thinking just like you said. I need to call Daryl. I need to talk to my wife. I need to talk to Barbara. I've got Kevin who's taking some video of us today. That so many things start going through my mind, and it's not. My mind is not clear.
Focusing.
It's not focusing. Mm-hmm. It's cluttered.
So I think when you ask
Fibber McGee's closet.
When you ask the question, are we getting any better? I think yes, we're starting to be much more conscious about what we're putting in our bodies. Everybody's talking about organic now. Don't eat certain foods that aren't organic because they have so many antibiotics in them. You can't eat this, you can't eat that. So we don't know when they say eat healthy. Well, what does that actually mean? That's why we love what we're doing on the 50 Plus Report, Mark, because we have nutritionists, we have doctors, we have people that are writing wonderful, substantial stories about how to actually, in our lifestyle right now at 50 plus, how do we eat better? And what is a good nutritional diet? And what are some of the latest medical breakthroughs that we need to learn about? What the 50 Plus Report does is it creates meaningful and interactive experiences through our television and through our online magazine. And thank God that coming aboard, we can get all this good information that you're providing on the Healthy News.
Well, it's interesting because we do a combination. Today we've done, I would say, 50-50 on alternative versus traditional health, maybe 70% alternative today. But we try to mix it up and let people have that choice in their health care. I mean, I think if somebody wants to go to an acupuncturist and they have insurance, they should be able to do that. If they want to go to a traditional doctor, they should be able to do that. It just makes sense to me.
That's right.
Right?
I totally agree with that. I think you have to be careful, when you make your selections for your doctors, because you have to trust your doctor. If you don't trust the doctor and it's just somebody that they has assigned to you, you just don't have a lot of faith. So I think you have to be very careful about who your doctors are, and you have to have faith in them.
And it's interesting because older people, and I'm talking 80 plus,
okay,
maybe even 70 plus, I don't know where the break is, tend to accept everything a doctor says at face value. They don't question. I always ask why. Isn't there another way? And I think that's a better way of doing it. I also make a practice of calling my doctors by their first name. I've only had one doctor get upset with me in all the years that I've been doing that.
Does that give you a different relationship with them?
Absolutely. It puts you on the same level playing field rather than the doctor being on that pedestal that they've, they've put themselves on. Now, it's interesting. Younger doctors, I was just talking to a doctor in Beverly Hills last week. He tells his patients to call him Ben. I don't. I tell people to call him by their first name because it's a team effort. If I have a situation, a problem, I don't want to be talked down to. I want to solve the situation together.
Another thing that I have started to do, and because we have put our doctors on pedestals, I start writing down everything I want to know on a piece of paper.
In advance.
Because something happens when the doctor walks in. There's this guy that's in a pedestal, walks in, and you forget everything you want to ask him. And then when you get to the parking lot, you go, oh, shucks, I forgot to ask the doctor this question. So make a list of everything you want to know and ask why. And if your doctor doesn't give you the time, you might want to try to look for another doctor.
Not might wanna.
Not wanna.
You fire him. And I was with my wife with a doctor at a doctor's visit, and I fired him. I said we had a representative from an insurance company, and I basically said, that's not the right answer. You're off the case. You're fired.
Wow, that doesn't happen
because
very often.
I don't get angry that often, but this was my wife, and I'm trying to take care of her, and of course she's saying, shh, don't. But it was, he looked at me, walked out. He's off the case. He's a terrible physician because he has no personality, no understanding, nor care.
No bedside manner?
I could even handle it without the bedside manner. But when you don't communicate with the patient, there's a problem.
See, that's why I'm saying if you don't have a relationship with your doctor, I think you need to really find another doctor, because then you won't trust anything they're saying. You might have to get a second, third, fourth opinion. And I wouldn't just get one or two opinions. Someone says you have terminal cancer. I'm not going to say, oh, really? How much time do I have? I would find 2 or 3 doctors that agreed with that decision and alternatives to the cures that they're going to recommend.
When we talked during the first hour with Lisa Watts, and she's a cancer survivor, and she was telling us that's basically what she did. She teamed up with her doctor.
I agree with that.
And she's been cancer-free for 7 years. Our guest is the executive producer and creator of the 50 Plus Report, Barbara-Valentine. Barbara and I go back many years, but Daryl and Barbara go back even more.
We found out that Kevin goes back too. Kevin is your associate producer today, and he goes back with all of us too. So I guess we're just some old timers here, huh?
We are. We are indeed.
But we're looking good.
We are looking good, especially Barbara.
Oh, no.
Hubba, hubba, hubba is what I say.
It's
with the aging and the graying of America, and as you said, somebody every 7 seconds turns 50 in the U.S. What is the purpose of the 50 Plus Report?
We want to be the voice for the 50 Plus. We want to be the hub where people want to know about travel tips. We got great travel tips. You want to know about relationships? You just did a story for us on dating over 50, when someone loses a spouse or someone goes through a divorce or a very traumatic thing in their life. Their kids leave home and there's that empty nest syndrome and they don't have anyone. Get online. Start going on the internet and finding someone. Or get a pet. That was another story you did, was getting a pet after 50. Could be a great companion for you. So what we try to do is be an alternative to good advice for people that are looking for alternative and options. We help them to make good choices. And we do it through the TV segments, and we also do it through our online magazine. Every day we have new, fresh articles about finance, business, health, fitness, travel, food, healthy foods, and anything you could possibly think about that you need. Go to the 50 Plus Report, and it's 50 PLUS report.com.
The idea for the program itself, the video and the website, just wake up one morning and decide I'm going to help this segment of the community.
Well, I'm also a baby boomer now. So I'm thinking different than I did.
Barely.
And I'm thinking a lot different than I did 20, 30 years ago. Mark, my tastes are different. My values are different. I have different needs today than I did back then. And we all need to hear options to those needs.
We are speaking with Barbara-Valentine from the 50 Plus Report. We have the insane Daryl Wayne.
Yes.
Here.
In attendance.
In attendance. We have Kevin Stern off to the side.
Yay!
He's here. And I am here. And we welcome your comments and thoughts at latenighthealth.com. latenighthealth.com. You'll see a link there coming up shortly to the 50 Plus Report as well. All right. When we come back, our conversation will continue. Don't go away. More happening on Late Night Health.